All right, lesson 6-5, operations with radical expressions. So by the time we're done with this lesson, we should be able to simplify radical expressions by adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So we're going to start with multiplication. So to multiply radicals, they have to have the same root, so the same index. So this number has to be the same, and if it is, then we just multiply what's underneath. So we would take a times b, which in this case is just ab. And then if we can simplify this answer, then we would simplify it using the rules from the previous section. All right, so if we do some examples. Okay, so here we have the square root of 2 times the square root of 8. So again, even though we are not writing it, we have 2's here. So since those are the same, we're going to take 2 times 8. So that's going to be the square root of 16. And then we would simplify that to get 4. Okay, same thing with the next one. So I have 4 and 4, so that means that we're allowed to multiply. So 3 times 27 is 81, and then we would have the 4th root of that. And again, if we use our note card that we should have with the powers on it, 81 is a perfect 4th, so this is going to simplify to be 3. All right, same thing with the next one, so square root and square root. So negative 2 times 5 will be the square root of negative 10. And to simplify, I can take an I out. So we would have I square root of 10 for the final answer. All right, so again, looking at the next problem. All right, we have a square root and a square root. So then again, we're just multiplying what is underneath. So we're going to take 7 times 21. So 7 times 21 will give us 147. And then I'm taking x times x, so that's x squared. And then we would still have a y cubed all underneath the radical. And now I need to use the rules for simplifying. So I know that 49 divides into this, which is a perfect square. So this, when we split it, this will be 49 times 3. And then we'll have an x squared. And then we have to split y cubed as y squared and y to the first. And then now we just take the square root of everything that we can. Square root of 49 is 7. Square root of x squared is x. And square root of y squared is y. And then that will leave us with 3y inside the radical. And for these kind of problems right now, we're just going to assume that all the variables are positive. So we are not going to worry about the even, odd rule. So that's going to be our final answer for that problem. All right, and the last example under multiplying. So again, we have a 4th root and a 4th root. So when we multiply, we're going to multiply the outside numbers together. So 3 times negative 2 is going to be negative 6. And then we're going to multiply the inside numbers. So 8 times 4 will give us 32. And then x cubed times x cubed is going to be x to the 6th power. And then again, we're just going to simplify. So 32 is not on our perfect 4th list, but 16 does divide into that. So we can split that as 16 times 2. And then x to the 6 we are going to have to split as 4 and 2. And then now we simplify. So we would have negative 6 times whatever we take out. 4th root of 16 is 2. And then 4 divided by 4 is 1, so that'll come out as x to the 1st. And then we would still have the 4th root of 2x squared left. And then now we just continue to simplify. So negative 6 times 2 is going to give us negative 12. And then we'll have an x, 4th root of 2x squared. Final simplified answer.